Hey everyone. I'm walking in Las Vegas, Henderson to be exact, heading to a coffee shop. Quite a different experience from walking around Korea. I'm alone walking instead of all the people around me that there would be in Korea. It might end up being just a pretty straightforward walk down this hill. What's up, guys? This might not be too exciting, especially since I still don't have my voice. But thanks for coming. I was supposed to walk with my daughter and wife, but my daughter didn't want to go this far, and I lost in the battle for who was going to walk with me. Turned out to be nobody, because daughters are more important than husbands, I guess. Yeah, it's only 6 o'clock here, Kyle. It's about a 40-minute walk to where I'm going. I wish I had something deep to say. I have nothing deep to say at all. It's 83 degrees right now. It's really crazy being here versus Korea to me. I'm still not fully back yet mentally. It's just a typical housing area, residential. I'm so dumb, I thought my phone was ringing. But how could it be my phone? When I'm literally holding my phone and recording. It was my Pokemon Go Plus telling me I caught a Pokemon. Oh my God, is this thing ever gonna go? All right, still not yet. How did I entertain myself? Well, I was coughing the whole time. Trying not to cough was the big thing. And I sleep really easily. I just gotta start listening to some radio podcast, and immediately I'm sleeping. This area is maybe, I bought my first house in this area 23 years ago, and this road wasn't finished yet. It ended right here, and these houses up in this area hadn't been built yet. Now it's, of course, fully built, but for the longest time, this area to the left was just desert. I'm guessing this area here is maybe 10 years old. It's just desert. And actually, they're really nice houses on the inside. I looked at a few of them. But the area itself sucks because if it ever rains really heavy, at the bottom of this street where they have an exit out of the area, it floods. And they only have one way out. So it's really poorly designed, in my opinion. They should have built an exit up on the other road higher and had this be like the subdivision, like a house or something like that. I've lived in this area now for 23 years or so. I really wish there was walkable stores though. If I go the opposite direction, there's like a Walgreens, and I have a really close coffee shop there, but I want to walk a little bit further, so I'm walking to this place called Trombley, which I really like. They unfortunately close at 7, so I won't have a bunch of time when I go in there. Well, this place doesn't flood constantly, just when it rains. And it's just the area coming out of the subdivision. The subdivision itself doesn't flood. But they're really nice houses in here. I do like this neighborhood. In general, I mean, I love Las Vegas. I love this Las Vegas, Henderson area. I just wish it wasn't so hot in the summer. The summer is just, now that I've been walking every day, the summer makes it impossible to walk. There's a really cool thing I can do here. There's this pedestrian button, and the moment I hit it, it lights, and everyone has to stop. Watch. Now we'll see if the guy stops. Already stopped. Even though it's lit, it's not super reliable. People not paying attention. Helps that I'm recording in case I get killed here. There's, it depends. So in my neighborhood, this is the first neighborhood I used to live in here. Sorry. In my neighborhood, it depends on if the house has renters. Because the houses all have a lot of rooms, if they're a rental place, they'll have a lot of cars and they'll be parking in the street. In this area here, this is part of an HOA, which is a homeowners association, and they have rules on car parking, really hardcore rules. So there's a lot less parking in the street, I would say. They have a rule that you have to park in the garage first. It's not too strict. Is my bag making a lot of noise, by the way? Maybe I'll pull it up. These are apartments / condos. I believe they're for sale. Every now and then one of them will go up for sale. They've gotten ridiculously expensive. Like, I don't know why I would pay $250,000 for a condominium. Yeah, I'm back in the States. My cold turned into a sinus infection. I like this little area down here. It's kind of a rare, like if I was a kid, I would love this place to play in if I lived in these apartments. Yeah, I'm feeling better for sure. I just need my voice to come back. Here's someone pushing their baby. Their baby or their dog. It could be either one. They do have a dog walking, so. And it looks like their baby's watching the iPad, so yeah, it's a child. Book 3, lesson 4. That was 7 years ago, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I wouldn't hitchhike for sure. First of all, my goal is to walk, so that would be a mistake, right? I'm trying to get some calories in. I think on the way back I'll shoot this widescreen. We'll do a walk back. Oh, I'm coming up to my first office. Not my first office, but the one that I had for 6 years because it was so close to my neighborhood. This was my neighborhood right here. Sorry, I hit the thing with my hat. So there was this small office area got built and they had space open, and I was like, what? I would love to be this close to my house. This little office building right here. We'll walk by my actual place. Back in the day, it's been, maybe 5 years or so since I rented this place. Here's hoping this dog doesn't kill me. How you doing? I'm totally playing Pokemon right now. I'm auto catching right now. See? This lights up every now and then. Oh wait. Right now. I don't have to push it, but there I caught it. Whatever it was, I don't know. At 6 p.m. there's a special community hour that's taking place, so probably one of those. Okay, there's this place right here that says Bart Co-Construction. This was my office. These 2 windows right here. The window on the right was my karaoke room. Also, we shot a lot of video in there at one point. And my actual office was this window right here. For easily 5 years or more I was here. I think it was 6 years. Oh, you got the special covers. Nice. Those are the closest to like a Japanese Zero book 6. There's a lot of stuff in those books. I think you'll enjoy them. My coughs are all dry now. I'm coughing out of like habit almost. These are a little bit cut low here. I duck out of the way almost. So this is the subdivision I used to live in. It's called 7 Hills. Really nice. Tiger Woods has a house up in this area. It's rumored. There's some really spectacularly large multi-million-dollar homes further up, deeper into the neighborhood. I'm like in the bottom part of that neighborhood. I'd also recommend, after you get through book 5, check out on FromZero.com the Kansai Dialect from Zero course. It's part of the fee, the monthly fee. You can watch it. We used to sell it for $150. Unlike, wow, I just heard that the course that Matt versus Japan and Ken were selling was $800 for a pitch accent course. Of course, they promised that in 2 years you'd be fluent in Japanese, just doing their course. It's a hell of a promise, man. And how do you define fluent,
Wait.
Guys, there's some garage sales happening. Normally that happens on the weekends. I got something out. That was nice. We're about 14 minutes away from the strip from here. There we go. All right, we're almost there. Gotta go maybe 5 minutes this direction. I'm up towards, like, if you were heading towards California. Strip is in front of us, essentially. But you can't see it. Unless you're up higher in the in Seven Hills, then you could, there's like an overview looking over the strip. I'm really bummed out that my wife and daughter didn't come with me. I hate that I lost that, I think it is what it is, When your kids leave the house, even if they come back, they're gone. They're adults. I mean, I don't hang out with my dad. And I wouldn't want to. Like, once every now and then's cool and all. But every day, oh my God. That would be painful, probably. As much as I love my dad. It's just too much, Only so much you can take of your parent. Yeah, seriously, my goal is to move to Japan, though. I love this area, but I'm kind of over it. I'll just rent all the houses. Hopefully that'll be enough income. Buy something in Japan. And if I get on a whim, I'll just travel to Korea. I'll just be like, I'll have like one small suitcase, 3 pair of clothing. It'll be like the same bag with all my laptop stuff in it. Oh man, that's the dream. That is really my current life dream. I don't even care. I mean, the goal would be to live near the airport, you know, so it'd be even quicker. If I could live in like Kawasaki and then just take a quickie trip from Haneda to Incheon. Oh man, I can't even tell you how awesome that would be. It's like, honey, I'm gonna go to Korea for a week. Like, okay, see ya. And then just to live in Japan. Infinite content, you know, about Japan. This looks really cool on camera. %. I just want to be able to go to Korea easily. I have so much fun in Korea. This last trip was tainted by my cold. I mean, half the trip was like destroyed. But imagine, like, I could go to Korea like once a month, book a week of classes, you know, go to the meetups every day. God damn, it would be just as, I swear it would be almost as fun as the long trips, but just easier. Just, it's like $200 to fly back and forth. Instead of spending $10,000, I could spend, you know, under 1,000, do my thing, come back. That'd be so amazing. How you doing? I need my voice to drop back to its normal octaves. How you doing? You know, instead of how you doing. Yeah, seriously, man. The big debate is, do I keep a house in America, you know? One of my houses, which is rented right now and is actually making really good profit, you know, it's on like a 10-year mortgage, and the mortgage is pretty cheap. So it's you know, it's not like the greatest, but I could just live there, have all my stuff there. Then the other thing would be like, okay, maybe I do buy a condominium, something like along these lines. I don't need a full house if I'm not going to be here the whole time. Just come back. But again, you know, if I'm coming back just for a bit, I could stay in a hotel while I'm here. And just, yeah, that'd probably be the way to go. Because even if I stayed in a hotel that cost, let's say $150 a night, and I stayed for like 2 weeks, what are we talking? $2,000? But a mortgage would be, you know, $2,000, where I could rent out the house and not have the mortgage. Yes, I'm definitely going to move to Japan. Give it about a year. I have to wait for my daughter to be out of college. I can't upset the balance of the universe, because she visits from California. All right, here's where I was heading, to the True Brew. Right over here. Someone just left their trash out here. All right, hang on. I'm going to go in. I'm going to set you guys down. Then I'm going to order. See if that'll work. Oh yeah, the music. Damn it. Yeah, oh well, we'll see what happens. All right, guys. Here's what I got. Actually, I was thinking the price isn't too bad. It's like $4.88. Doesn't feel bad at all. It's pretty good too. It's a black tea. It doesn't seem too bad now, price-wise. This same thing in Korea was like $2. So it's double the price, but it still feels pretty reasonable. My oldest daughter has talked about going to Japan, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, this music's not good. Unless it's not copyrighted music. I don't know these songs. Do you know them? Are they famous? I really want to move to Japan though. And not in like a dreamy way that a lot of people do. Like, I know exactly what I would get if I moved to Japan. I know exactly how it would be. There's no like, oh my God, it's gonna be the greatest. I know all the bullshit I'd have to deal with, but the fact that I could just, I don't know, it just seems like it'd be easier for me in so many ways. Is that the name of the song, Samuel? My Balls Itch? Seems like it's an appropriate name for it. Voice isolation. I don't know how to do that. I'm not exactly sure how to do that. So, I'm getting ready to start a lot of content creation, guys. A lot of N3 stuff. JLPT N3. That's gonna be the main focus. We're just gonna go through the grammar one by one. So if you're looking to do JLPT, books 1 through 5 get you through JLPT N5 and N4. But we don't have any N3, N1, N2 type content, so we're gonna start doing that. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I kind of changed up the studio. Also, I don't know what to do, guys. I have this real like dilemma. Matt versus Japan is coming here, and I was thinking I would do something with him, like content-wise. But one of the guys in my company was like, "Why would you do that? He's tainted. You're only gonna hurt us by putting him on one of our videos." I'm like, not that I'm getting like tons of views, but it's true. Like, I don't have any. There's no George Trombley scandals, you know? I am planning on new Korean videos, yeah. I'm gonna try. My goal would be N3, Korean from zero, Kanji from zero, and book 4 videos. Those 4 types of videos. And maybe it's just like Monday is this content, Tuesday is this content, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday through Friday I make content maybe? I don't know. The Korean videos, it's a lot of work to make those. I do have a Korean helper though. She hasn't responded to my last text though. I love her so much though. I wish I could hang out with her every day. Like my one Korean friend here in Las Vegas. I should invite her to coffee one of these nights. She just talks and talks and talks in Korean. It's great for me. But I don't know, like, I have certain friends that I'm not good at talking to in Korean, you know? It's like, my Korean gets weird because I know they speak English. deep thought mode all of a sudden. It's kind of nice to get out of the house. I've been inside for the last 4 days with this cold. What's a Moonie? See, Scott, I don't know what that is. There's enough Koreans here, but I'm not friends with them. There's quite a few here. There's like a Koreatown in Vegas. But I only have one Korean friend here. And she was actually the first Korean that came to help me learn Korean. I've told the story before, but she's like tall, and she came in these like cut off shorts that were so short that you could see the pockets coming out, like just super sexy, right? And she came to the office, and my wife was working in the office as well. She walked in, and I wasn't ready for like super sexy at all. So she came into the office, into my office, and then I went back to my wife's office, and I was just like, hey, just to let you know, I'm not gonna have sex with this girl. I know she looks sexy, but that wasn't the plan. I just wanted her to help me learn Korean. See you later, Nanj. Don't worry about it. If you leave, it's okay. The Christian religion in Korea is called the Moonie. No, I'm not into religion at all. No, I don't really use HelloTalk anymore. I don't use it. I'm not looking for friends that way anymore. I just use meetups. I go to direct meetups in Korea. I don't know, I'm in a different stage of my life now. Keep in mind that HelloTalk stuff was like 10 years ago, you know? It's different now. What did my wife say? She's like, hi. My wife's chill. Like, it wasn't anything that she said that stuck in my mind as a memory. Something like literally along the lines of, okay, whatever, you know? As if I could get that girl, you know? I think I'm pretty good at not overestimating my good looks. I don't overestimate my looks. I know what I am. This place has their original shop was in California. I went to it a few months back. It was really cool going to the original place. I was surprised that was the original. I thought this was the original. I think sometimes on the weekends they'll have like live music here. It's really cool. It's a really chill place. It's really popular with people. It's rare to be here with so few people, but it is a Monday. It's Monday, right? Whoa. My watch just did, whoa, oh, okay. I've never heard of the Moonies. I've been to Korea for a long time, never heard of it. No idea. I don't follow religion at all. I despise religion. I think it's a plague on the planet. Politics as well. I get into politics though. The title says "Take a walk with me." I was walking. I walked here. I'll be walking back as well. It was a good 30-minute walk to come get some tea. Once I'm done drinking, I'll start walking back. This music's putting me into a vibe. It's This is really cool. It's just a black tea. Pretty much a straight black tea. It's gonna be dark when we leave here. It's already dark. This shirt is Star Wars in Japanese or Chinese, I'm not sure. $7. I gotta get to work, man. I got so many things I want to accomplish still. But you know, I keep hearing about people dying at like 75 and 76. And I'm like, man. And it can only take one sickness to take me out of being able to do things. Like this cold has like ruined my productivity for so much of my time in the last month, you know? Makes me think a lot. That's why walking every day is so important. Are you looking at the? I don't even know, what were they calling their course? What were they calling it? Man, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's a scam because I have no idea, but that price is ridiculous. I don't know, man. I'm like, what could I sell that's $800? Like, what could I sell it from zero? If you buy every book I've ever written, let's say that it's $40 a book, not what it normally sells for. Even if you had all the Korean books, it's like $400. And then if you get like a year of FromZero.com, you can get like 3 years of that. 3 years plus all the books. Something Matt versus Japan. I was just watching a video on the scam. The video sucked. The guy didn't do a good job, but I got to see at least what the course was about. Yeah, theoretically, $800, lifetime plus the books. Yeah, man. Can't be perfect in any language. Now, we could argue I'm perfect in English, but I'm gonna meet him on the 25th. It'll be interesting to hear what he has to say. But yeah, my company, there's opposition for me doing videos with him. He's already tainted his name too much. Kind of sucks, because I like Matt. So much snot. I don't think he left Japan. I think he's just visiting. I'll find out. Did he leave Japan? I know he broke up with his girlfriend. He was in Osaka. I was trying to meet him, and then I tried to meet him, and I heard he was in Tokyo. And then I also was trying to meet, oh my God, I didn't even think about this. I was trying to meet TKO Sam. What if TKO Sam doesn't want to see me? He strung me along, and he never made time to see me. And think about maybe he doesn't want to see me. He's not in Osaka right now. He might just be visiting the States, I'm not sure. Pitch accent wears on a relationship. God damn. One of my favorite things ever is blowing my nose and a bunch of stuff comes out. Oh my God. So nice. I call it bitch accent. If we speak in Japanese, I'm just gonna speak like this the whole time. Konnichiwa o genkai desu ka? I'm not gonna speak to him in good preach accent. Come on. No, I didn't do the every JR station walk. That had transformed into being a bicycle ride, but the guy I was gonna do it with, he couldn't make the time to do it. Yeah, Matt versus Japan doesn't have a good name anymore. Thanks, Glacian. I didn't accomplish much of what I wanted to accomplish when I was over there. My personal goals I accomplished, but my business goals I didn't. I'm gonna be closing here in 15 minutes. There's too much pressure to like just enjoy when I'm traveling. That's why it'd be nice to live there. You know, I can make content just by living there, you know? I don't think the Trash Taste people would want me on their podcast. I'm gonna head on out. Let me fix my shoe here. See you guys later. All right. I should be back. YouTube sucks, man. Let me know if I'm back. The thing about Matt, let's talk about it. Let's say that I believed Japanese from zero was the greatest way to learn Japanese, and it alone could solve all of your problems. If I believed that and then said it, that's fine. But we know that Matt doesn't believe his own shit. He's been caught. You know, he doesn't even believe it. And to have the audacity to think that your way is the only way, I don't know. You know, that doesn't seem right. Even in my own videos, in my very first video, my biggest video, 1 million+ views, I tell you in the very beginning, use other sources to learn as well. This is just my opinion on Japanese. And I think that's the way to go, or else I wouldn't have done it that way. It's just, I don't know. Matt could have so much more if he was a little bit more humble. Maybe he'll eventually get there. I hope he hasn't messed himself up like Ken Cannon did, because even Ken Cannon, man, what a great look, what a great, fun way of speaking that he has. Like, I feel like Ken Cannon and Matt are better than me in so many things, but somehow they burned their reputation. And I, in all fairness, should have already burned my reputation with all the shit I say on live streams, to be fair. I guess I'm happy that I don't have super vocal haters, I'm sure there are people that definitely hate me, but at least I've never scammed anybody. It's hard to scam when I'm just selling stuff for, the cost of a book or $12 a month. I'm not selling something for $800 and then maybe not delivering or over-promising what you can get with it. And I'm not gonna lie, I was working on something. I got really deep into ClickFunnels, and I was working on the secrets of Japanese as a course that I was gonna sell myself. But you know why I didn't do it? I thought it was scammy. I kept trying to stretch it. I kept overhyping it in the PowerPoint that I was working on. The deck, the PowerPoint deck to sell the course. And I spent a year on it with a close friend who's really hype on ClickFunnels, and I spent thousands of dollars on ClickFunnels. I was going to weekly meetings, learning about how to best extract, how to give enough value and extract enough value back. You're supposed to over-deliver. They teach a lot of good things. But again, I found that I was overselling something. So I stopped it. I scrapped it. Well, I created Polyglot George to talk about other language things. But yeah, I do the streams here because I want to talk freely. I want to say shit and fuck if I need to, Oh, I probably should. Hang on. I'm going to set my workout. There we go. All right. By the way, I'll probably still be doing a live stream later tonight. I'll come up with a topic. I'm trying to make those live streams a little bit more topic oriented in the top. It can degrade into a trashy live stream. But I wanted to start with me saying something, My wife's going to be going to Japan for a month, sometime next week. Lucky my wife, she doesn't get to meet Matt when he visits. Although I don't know if he'd even come to my house. We haven't discussed what we're going to do. My thought was we would hang out at my house, but I don't know what it's like when you visit Vegas. You probably want to stay in Vegas, not go to someone's house, And I don't know if he's coming with somebody. I knew he doesn't have a girlfriend anymore. Why am I meeting Matt? because I tried to meet him in Japan, and he was already gone. So he said, but I'm going to be in Vegas if you want to meet. I was like, yeah. So, why not? We've never met in person. But we've had enough beef between us. Would be nice to meet him. I'm the one that introduced Ken to him. Maybe I'm the reason his shit fell apart. I connected those two guys together on Discord. You never know, he might punch me and say, why'd you introduce me to Ken?
Wait.
My thoughts on TKO Sam. I like TKO Sam. Only on this walk on the way up that I realized it's possible, or actually I think it was when I was in the tea shop there, it's possible that, I was trying to meet TKO Sam and he had planned on meeting with me, and then he basically bailed on me. He never made the time to see me, even though I was going to go to where he was. I told him, look, I only have limited time here, but I was in Japan for a month almost. He's like, oh, I'm just too busy doing my things. I'm like, okay. And now I'm thinking, maybe he didn't want to see me. I mean, he apologized, but he didn't join me in on the joking that I did. I made a bunch of jokes. I talked how I was going to do a live stream about how Sam destroyed me or whatever. I guess I was pretty bummed out not to see him. I've met him once before. I like TKO Sam. Look, to be fair, I like Matt, I like TKO Sam. And even though I've never met Dogan, I like them all. Do I agree with on what they teach? No. Of course not. Why would I? To agree on somebody completely, they'd have to be doing what I do. But all of those guys grew up in an era where you had internet. You had the ability to do a lot different style of learning. Oh my God. Can we not get political, Ultimate? Yeah, he's the fat one, quote unquote. The thing about TKO Sam is he likes to put off the image of, a rough tumble American, but he's got a lot of heart, that guy. He doesn't do, I think he covers up a lot by saying, this guy fucks, dude, this guy fucks, who's your daddy? Like he likes to say stuff like that. But that's not who he is. I don't think that's who he is at all. Every time I've talked to him, like one-on-one, that's a persona. That's not who he is. He's got depth, intelligence. Maybe when he does these long live streams, that comes out, but he's got this base of fans that just want him to be, TKO Sam and not Sam. I bought pitch accent books. I looked into it. I read a good portion of the pitch accent, or I should say I read sections of the pitch accent book that I bought. And you know what I found out? It's kind of funny. The thing that Matt was showing as this revolutionary way where you sing something, like, then you can hear the pitch accent when you sing it, which seems really awesome. He didn't invent it. It was in that book. Like, it was totally in that book. And I know for sure Matt must have the same book. And then he doesn't give credit to that book. He just says, here's a great way, in one of his videos. I saw it somewhere. Let me just say, I assume it was him. I don't remember anymore. It was a couple years ago when I did this, when I tried studying Omidaka and all of that. I can't remember the other ones now. Omidaka is at the... There's Odaka, Omidaka. There's one more. Atamadaka. Yeah. I don't need pitch accent. That was an Asian girl. Always Stream says, I remember you saying something like, if Japanese people make the mistake, then it's not really something worth correcting with regards to pitch accent. Yeah. The thing is, when you're learning a word, just say it the way that you hear it. Arigato. Don't say arigato. Say arigato. Just duplicate it. No need to think too hard on that. To add pitch accent to every single word that you learn. It's a burden. It's too much of a burden. Now, are there benefits to pitch accent? I would say there is. Is it worth, to get 20% gains, even if you get it, is it worth spending 80% more effort on everything that you learn and then run the risk of Japanese becoming too tedious for you to get to the end of it, to get to a comfortable point, because you added this thing that no one ever literally cares about? No one talks about pitch accent. No one's ever corrected it with me, ever. And if I can get corrected on many things, but not pitch accent, and I don't mean that because I'm good, I mean because they don't think about it. I mean, listen, you could do the same thing with English. You could do the exact same thing. Exact. Not exact, right? Exact same thing. The exact same thing. But are you going to add pitch accent to every English word when you're learning English? Dude, that guy's going way too fast. Holy shit. My hat almost blew off. It's 35 miles an hour here. Is Chinese from Zero still coming out? It's a tricky book, guys. It's not being actively worked on. But the plan is to put it up on From Zero. But we're having a lot of growing pains. It's taking forever to release anything. We have a very small team working on stuff. And Chinese From Zero is less important than the Korean From Zero franchise and the Spanish From Zero franchise, which we're working on right now. PJ says, sometimes when people force themselves speaking with an accent, they sound super exaggerated. I have this guy in class with this weird British accent. Yeah, that's the other thing. When I listen to Dogen, he sounds so calculating in everything that he says. 私がこの間映画に見に行きましたけども、その映画にはたくさんの人々が来てまして、it's like he's over trying to sound perfect, and it ends up, to me, not sounding natural. Because like in English, you'd be like, hey guys, when we learn English, we have to pay attention to our accent and our emphasis. だけど、日本語で喋るときは、it's like, it's over constrained when I hear it. I don't listen to him a lot, so maybe he's different now. In the times I've seen him, I just felt like it felt too much. Ototo ga, you know, but more on ototo ga. That's always the example I give. He says, as a Chinese learner, it seems like a language that not many people attempt compared to Japanese. Is that your experience? It seems that like a language that not many people attempt to compare to Japanese. What do you mean Chinese is? Chinese is... I think there's a lot of people that learn Chinese. Certainly a lot of people learn Japanese. I think a ton of people learn Chinese. Like a ton. Not as much as Japanese. I mean, I was in a full class at college learning it a few years back. Look, Japanese listening, you'll always struggle with it. You just gotta listen to a lot more of it. And you gotta be interacting with that listening. I can't stress that more than I always do. There's a lot of difference between watching a drama where you have this natural conversation, right? Because they're actors, but the dialogue itself is completely constructed with plot, deep underlying meaning, because they're telling a story. There aren't ums and pauses and scattered thoughts that you have in a normal conversation. And normally conversation is much more back and forth. But when you're watching something on TV, like a drama, you're not part of the back and forth. So your brain is in receive mode the entire time. When normally you go receive, transmit, receive, transmit. It's a completely different thing. Because you're 100% aware of the topic when you're in your own conversation. But when you're watching something in a drama, or where you're not part of the conversation, gosh, the conversation could be about anything, because you're an inactive listener. You gotta use your Japanese. That's my weak point in my Chinese. I've had barely any actual live conversations because I was gonna go back to China in 2020, and I had a ticket for Yunnan. I was gonna meet a friend there. That would have changed everything. But Corona hit, and during the, hang on. Text Yukari. I'm live streaming. Yes, Glaceon. That's the advice I give. Talk to yourself. 一人でもいいから喋って。私は今、信号を待っています。一人で歩いています。I have no problem with 一つand 二つ。Those are so different. 一つ二つ一つ二つ一つ二つ一つ二つ一つ二つ三つ四つ五つ六つ七つ八つ九つ十。Those are so different. I don't think there's any struggling I do in Japanese. I still struggle in my Korean. But I've only had like, I only have like, I have long spurts where I don't speak Korean, unfortunately. You know, every day I'm speaking Japanese with my wife. I do speak Korean to my wife. Like even today, I spoke Korean to my wife. She asked me if I was hungry. And I said, 지금은 배고프지 않은데 나중에 배고플 것 같은데. She didn't understand me. But you know what? She translated it almost verbatim because she knows who I am. She changed it a little bit. Well, PJ, to be more concise, when you learn Japanese, you need to consider like you're learning a dialect of Japanese. You're learning textbook, learning training wheels Japanese. But when Japanese people speak, they're speaking the actual language. Think about how I'm even speaking English. Think about in the way that I am currently speaking English. I am not dropping letters. I am speaking in a concise, constructed manner. That's how English sounds when you're learning, right? Hello, nice to meet you. My name is George. You never hear, hey, how you doing? No, I'm George. You're from where? Seven Hills? Oh, no, cool. No, I used to have a house there. That's how people talk. But you don't learn that. You learn the textbook language. You learn the cleansed language of a pure dialogue, right? Gaining is just an entertainer. I have no idea what pinge means. I've never seen that terminology. Gainojin also means entertainer, but a comedian is like a manzaisha. Manzai. You have to listen to a lot of standard speed Japanese. This is why when I recommend that you find something to listen to, you don't look for the learning stuff. The quote unquote comprehensible input, I don't even know what they mean by that, you know? Input that you can understand? Okay. How do you get into the stuff that you can't understand if you're not listening to stuff that you can't understand? I think I can cut into this neighborhood here. Hang on. I think it says no trespassing, but I live close enough. There's a lot of differences in the older version and the current version. It's 5 years of edits. One of the biggest differences is there's no longer pre-lessons. Everything starts from lesson 0 up through I think lesson 18 now. And the hiragana starts much earlier because of that. It still starts at lesson 1, but now there's 5 lessons prior to that, prior lesson 1. What used to be lesson 1 is now lesson 5 or lesson 6. So by the time you get to what used to be lesson 1, where you first start learning grammar, is now lesson 6, you already know most of the hiragana. So essentially we sped up the hiragana learning. Just a lot of extra grammar was added. What was really cool was I was able to teach a lot of extra things without adding grammar. Just like stuff I hadn't realized that we could do. I'll give you an example. You know, what kind of food do you like? Would be something we taught in book 3. どんな食べ物が好きですか? And until you learn どんな, you know, for what kind of, you couldn't say that. But I realized, oh my God, that's not true. You could do that just with topic marker. You know, by lesson 5 in the old book, which is now lesson 11, by lesson 5 in the old book, you really could have said, 食べ物は何が好きですか? As for food, what do you like? That literally means, what type of food do you like? And I didn't think about it until I was doing this update. So there's a ton of stuff like that. I added so much content in terms of culture and updates. And, you know, think about it, the internet wasn't around. There wasn't an internet culture when I wrote the first version of that book. And all the updates prior to version 8 were, you know, typo fixes and, you know, style changes and stuff. But in this version, it's a rewrite. It's a complete rewrite. I mean, it's essentially the same book, maybe 25% new. It looks like book 5. I added a lot of verbs. I added more verbs. There's a whole section at the maybe I'm thinking about the update to book 2 as well. There's a big update in book 2, which hasn't released yet. No, I'm not going to do a cooking stream. I don't know how to cook. All right, I'm going to head out of this neighborhood. I walk the neighborhood quite a bit. It's near to one of my houses. Actually, I probably should call my wife back. Oh, thanks. The new covers are... Yeah, we had those covers last year as well, and I decided I wanted to release them. All right, listen, guys. I'm going to end the stream now, but I'll be back a little bit later. We're going to... I'll do a live stream from my office later on. So I hope to see you there. Have a good night. Give me a few hours or so and I'll start a live stream over there. Bye, guys. See ya.